say Hine Matov? I thought we do the Aryan one. Okay. Oh, by the way.
European river cruise. What countries? It's the France into Germany through Belgium. So it starts in Paris and it ends in Prague. Do you sleep on the boat or do you get off? You start in Paris and then you spend a few days in Paris and they bus you to the boat and you take, I guess it's all on the Rhine. I haven't actually looked up the itinerary and the specific rivers. Oh, that sounds good. And then you go through Germany and then you eventually get off the boat onto a bus and take you to Prague. So it's Paris to Prague, cities of light. Yeah, that sounded like...
So, ooh, wow. Hello. A little loud. Is that the monitor?
Maybe.
Nah. No, they're all covering their ears. So, hello. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
So we have some families coming in. We have very little chairs. Those that want to sit on the floor, feel free to sit on the floor. Those that want to stand around the sides, we're going to be doing a very little piece of our Shabbat service, and we're going to be spending time taking out the Torah and dancing and holding the Torah all around. So let's begin our service, page 128.
Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Let's hear some more. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. So repeat after me. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. 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 Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 Beautiful.
Wonderful. Let's welcome Shabbat 142. Page 142.
Okay. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem.
Let us continue. Page 384. Let's bring a little bit of light into our sanctuary and into our lives. A little light from Shabbat, a little light for Simchat Torah, and that's why there's no chairs here, so we can bring out the Torah shortly and have our own celebration, but also a little bit of God's light into our lives. 384.
Oh, so I'm going to do it? Okay.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh, okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat v'shel Yom Tov.
386. We'll ask you to rise if you are able. Let's continue with our Kiddush.
So just a note, we're going to be inclined to just do our regular Sabbath melody. It's a little different melody. So, but sing along. Yes, definitely sing along. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am v'romemanu mikol lashon v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava Shabbatot limnucha u'moadim lesimcha Hagim uzmanim lesason et Yom HaShabbat hazeh ואת יום השמיני חג העצרת הזה, זמן שמחתנו, מקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת ומועדי קודשך, באהבה וברצון, בשמחה ובששון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת וישראל והזמנים. לחיים.
L'chaim. We remain standing. 394.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai hi la la la. Yai hi la la la. Yai la 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 hi la 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 la. Yai hi la la la. Yai hi la la la. Yai la 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 la. Hi la la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Page 400.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Page 406. You can either sit down for one prayer or keep going through it. It's up to you. Page 406. You may be seated if you want.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ha la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha b'helim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, norat tehilot osei pelech, norat tehilot osei pelech. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la.
468. We stand together as we are able. We move into the tefillah together. We begin with Adonai Sefatai Tiftach and the pages to follow. 468.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chastei Ahavot ve'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
May be seated in a chair, on the floor. We're going to take a moment of a little personal prayer, silent prayer, a little reflection about maybe the new year, the Shabbat that is about to begin, perhaps the week that we've passed. This is a little bit of time for ourselves, and then we'll come together on 492.
עושה שלום במרומיו, עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down.
Let us turn to the very bottom of 494. We are going to take the Torah out of the ark. And no, it's okay, we can do that. We're going to take the Torah out of the ark. And the very first thing that we're going to do after a few prayers and preparing for the Torah to come out to be amongst us, we are going to take our Torahs. We got rid of, as you can see, all of these chairs because for Simchat Torah, there is a custom not just of reading Torah on Friday night, just a couple of snippets of it, but also to dance around the sanctuary, dance around the room with all of these Torahs. And we're going to call out maybe different groups. And if you would like to carry a Torah and you're 13 or older, then, don't worry, you guys are going to still have a blessing soon. Then we'll be able to pass you a Torah, okay? And so we will tell you how that's going to work. We have some friends that are going to share some music with us, lift our spirits, and get to celebrate the joy of having Torah as a part of our community and even a part of our lives. So page 494, the very, very, very bottom of the page, and we'll ask you to rise.
What was it? Ki mitzion? Ki mitzion teitzei Torah. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah. Udevar Adonai b'Yerushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'Kedushato.
Adonai, a God compassionate, gracious, slow to anger, abounding in kindness and faithfulness, extending kindness to the 1,000th generation, forgiving iniquity, transgression, and sin, and granting pardon.
Adonai, Adonai, Erachum v'Chanun, El Rachum v'Chanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed la'alafim, Notzer Chesed la'alafim, Nosei Avon v'Fesha v'chata'a v'nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Chanun. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai iti, Oneromema Shemo Yachdav.
So I'm going to bring the Torahs down over here. When the people are going to be going around, I'm going to ask that if we have bags and jackets to make sure they're over by the wall. Be careful of these wires and some of the supplies. And If you would like to, and you're 13 and over, and you've never carried a Torah before, come forward and we'll pass it to you first. Don't be shy. Everybody's carried it. Oh, good. Okay. Thank God. You guys were making me worried here. Okay. Hit it. Good? All right. You can do a loop. Now this is what you're going to do. I know, we'll find a way to turn on the air conditioning, yeah? So, starting over here, we need a single file all the way around like a semicircle. We're not going to get to all the way here, but we're going to get kind of close. We're going to unroll our whole Torah. So, we're going to start over there. We're going to have some music playing. We'll tell you what's going on. When you... Let's start again. When you... Oh, that's so much better. When the Torah comes to you, you are going to take the Torah with your fingertips and just hold it at the tippy top. You don't want to touch the text. You don't want to go like this. You don't want to give it a hug. I know you want to, but you're going to hold it just like this, or you can hold it like this, but you can't touch the print. Now, a lot of us were told that none of us could do anything like this before, that the Torah is so holy that nobody's allowed to actually touch it, only from the wood, the Eitz Chaim, and only using a pointer, the Yad, right? But we want Torah to be accessible to everybody. We want everybody to have a piece of it, so to speak. It's your Torah. We're going to talk about that in a second. So we're going to take the Torah out of its mantle. We're going to start to unroll it. And once you get it, fingertips, right? If we have little friends, young students, I want you to see it. So if you can't see over it, come and hang out in the middle. But please, 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 I know you're all respectful. You're not going to be kind of hanging out and touching and running underneath the Torah and stuff like that. We want to be really, really careful with it. Okay? So, we're ready for a little bit of music, and we're going to unroll the Torah.
I'll get it for a while.
Wonderful. So, folks, oh, it's hot in here. So, this is your Torah. It's kind of amazing. When I grew up, and I think it's true for a lot of us, nobody was doing anything like this. You know, it wasn't until like really maybe the 90s, the early 2000s, people were saying, let's take the Torah and bring it to everybody else. And we want your hands on it. And it's risky because, you know, a new Torah is like 50 grand, but don't worry. When we start in Genesis, and Genesis is all about new beginnings. What's in Genesis? Creation. We start in the very beginning with creation, Bereshit, and right around here, we're going to see something else about new beginnings. The Torah portion is Lech Lecha. Lech Lecha, Lech Lecha is about Abraham going on a journey with his wife Sarai, and they start this whole new process of understanding how God is in the world. So we have a creation and we have a new beginning with Lech Lecha in Genesis. When we say Lech Lecha, sometimes we're talking about, it means go forth, but literally it means to go into yourself. And maybe we have to look inward in order to make a journey. So turn to your neighbor, don't drop my Torah. Turn to your neighbor, introduce yourselves, and say, when have you had a Lech Lecha moment? When have you gone on a journey? You only have 15 seconds for this. Go. Students too, when have you had a journey moment? Oh, good, Samara. Seven more seconds. Did everybody go? Okay. So over here where Aaron is, say hi to Aaron. Hi, Aaron. We're starting a new book. What comes after Genesis? Exodus. Good, thank God. So Exodus begins here, and if we start off with Genesis, and that's about new beginnings, Exodus is about getting out of a difficult place. It is leaving Egypt. In fact, you can see it from all the way across the room. Right over here, right where you're holding, you see kind of a poem kind of look to it. We have different kinds of ideas about this song of the sea, right? Where it says, Az Yashir Moshe, Moses began to sing, and it's different than every other part of the text. Cantor, what do you say this looks like? You think it looks like waves. Samara, what did you say it looks like?
I think it looks like the two columns of the sea and the people passing through the middle.
So the two columns of the sea and the people passing through the middle. And I always think that it looks like the bricks that they had to make in Egypt as slaves. And even though they're free right here, right at this spot, they're free, but they have to remember where they came from and how hard it was and the new opportunities they have going forward. So now turn to your neighbor, make sure you know their names, and say, have you left a difficult place? You don't have to share the most innermost details, but has there been a time when you've journeyed forward and left a difficult place, ready for something new? 15 seconds, go.
Singles on the next pages if we need them. We will not read the generic Friday language. It's too hot.
Yeah, this might be a sort of nice slow.
Yes.
from the thing.
That's right. Yeah. They're like slow. Yeah. We need to go about it. These kids can find this and baby.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep that baby.
You know,
Well, you know it, and I know it. So we don't need to.
Sometimes it's when we get out of a place that's difficult. Sometimes we get out of a place. Sometimes we get out of a place that's difficult, like Egypt, and it's only shortly afterwards where we get a moment of revelation. Revelation, here we see the 10 Commandments. That's the moment at Sinai. That's when God gives the Torah. So sometimes those hard things helps us see more clearly and get to move forward. The next book is over here, Jane Eyre. No, that's not the next book. The third book is Leviticus. So Leviticus is all about holiness. In fact, when you come right around here, you're going to see Kedoshim Tihiyu, that you should be holy. I think that's Judaism's mission statement. You have to be holy because I, Adonai, our God, am holy. And then it has rules about ritual, it has rules about business, it has rules about relationship, because holiness is all of those things. So, we move from new beginnings to a moment of liberation, being able to hear something new, going on and after experiencing something new, trying to recognize the holy, the powerful, the meaningful. And this part right over here, this begins Bamidbar. That's the book of Numbers. Bamidbar is our journey in the desert. This is where a lot of life happens. It's not just stories, but this is when people are trying to live out their Torah. Sometimes they forget how to do so. Sometimes they get angry at God because life is hard. Sometimes they kind of lose their way, and the Torah calls them stiff-necked. What's a stiff neck? Do you have a stiff neck? Does it hurt? It does when you have a stiff neck. If you have a stiff neck, how do you describe your neck? Does it move around? It hurts. We need Advil. It's inflexible, right? So sometimes when they're called stiff-necked, they're having a hard time with life and they're kind of stamping their feet and maybe having a tantrum. Sounds like me too. Life gets complicated and I feel like I want to yell or cry, but then the journey continues and something else that's amazing can happen. So this is real life. This is the book of Numbers, right? And when we get over here, this is where the book of Deuteronomy, the last book of the Torah, is. The last book of the Torah is here. And the last book, Deuteronomy, it's like greatest hits. Everything we've learned in the first 4 books, a lot of it is going to be mentioned again in Deuteronomy. Because in Deuteronomy, they've made it to the border. They're about to enter the land of Israel. They're ready to go in and build this new nation. But before they do, they have to get the Constitution. They have to remember all of the stuff that's happened to them so that they can begin again. They're about to go into the land of Israel right after this book. So in Genesis, that's about beginnings. In Exodus, we start off with leaving Egypt, liberation. Then we get the Torah, fancy word for revelation. We move a little bit forward. And as we go a little bit forward, we try and recognize how to make things meaningful and holy in our lives. And then in the book of Numbers, we have to live our lives. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And then Deuteronomy. We are about to enter the land of Israel. We have to learn it all over again so that we can start all over again. Because we're going to read the end of Deuteronomy now, and then we're going to go right to the beginning of the book of Genesis tonight. But there's one thing that you have to remember. In the book of Deuteronomy is where we have Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Right there. The ayin is big on Shema, the last letter, and the dalet is big, the last letter of Echad. And ayin and a dalet together, ayin, dalet together make a new word, which is an aid, a witness. We are witnesses, not just observers, but based on how we live is like giving testimony in court. If we act kindly, generously, gently, compassionately, that's sort of like giving testimony for me. Now, the last thing we have to share. The very end here. The last word is Yisrael. Yisrael. What's the last letter sound like? Oh, an L. What Hebrew letter is that? The Lamed. This is the highest Lamed in the whole Torah. That's Yisrael. What is the first letter over here? Is it A? Bet, right? Bet. And it's nice and bold and big. It's bigger than other letters. A Lamed and a Bet, you put it together, you have a new word, which is a Lev. What do you think Lev means? Heart.
You're right, you're first.
So, I would suggest to you, if we make this journey, if we use Torah on our journeys, then your lives are Torah. Your life is Torah. And you're in this scroll. Your very life is in this scroll. And if you live with a full heart, there are things that could be magical about how we live. And it's not easy, and not everything comes with roses, but if you live with heart, maybe we can find ourselves in the text. Maybe our lives are text. So let's turn to the ending of Deuteronomy. We're going to do two things. The whole community is going to do the Aliyah, and we'll hold it up, the Aliyah to the Torah. We're all going to say the blessing for this last one. And then when we start the book of Genesis, all of our students, anybody who is under 13 years old, are going to gather over there and work with me over there, okay? So let's end with Deuteronomy. Are you our two readers? Okay. You're going to hold it?
Yes.
Nobody could see it. All
I'm
right,
sure you can see this super clearly.
I'll give you some heads ups. Ready?
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
ויעל משה מערבות מואב אל הר נבו ראש הפסגה אשר אל פני יריחו אדוני את כל הארץ את הגלעד דן ואת כל נפתלי ואת ארץ אפרים ומנשה ואת כל ארץ יהודה עד הים האחרון ואת הנגב ואת הכיכר בקעת יריחו את התמרים עד זוהר ויאמר אדוני אליו זאת הארץ אשר נשבעתי לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב לאמור לזרעך אתננה הראיתיך בעיניך ושמת לא תעבור וימת שם משה עבד אדוני בארץ מואב על פי אדוני ויקבור אותו בגיא בארץ ארץ מואב מול בית פאור, ולא ידע איש את קבורתו עד היום הזה.
ומשה בן 120 שנה במותו, לא קטענו ולא נסלחו. ויבכו בני ישראל את משה, וערבות מואב 30 יום, וידמו ימי בכי אבל משה. ויהושע בן נון מלא רוח חוכמה, כי סמך משה את ידיו עליו. וישמעו אליו בני ישראל, ויעשו כאשר ציווה אדוני את משה. ולא קם נביא עוד בישראל כמשה, אשר ידעו אדוני פנים אל פנים. לכל האותות והמופתים אשר שלחו אדוני לעשות בארץ מצרים, לפרעה ולכל עבדיו ולכל ארצו. ולכל היד החזקה ולכל המורא הגדול אשר עשה משה לעיני כל ישראל.
Yasher Koach. So, in Jewish tradition, instead of clapping, we usually say Yasher Koach, which means you should go from strength to strength. Ready? So let's say Yasher Koach to our friends who just chanted Torah. Great. Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. So all of our students, this is the tradition for saying the blessings over Bereshit. We have a few talitot, and we need to have all of our students go underneath a talis. Where's the yad? Who has a yad? Oh, the Rabbi Bronstein has a yad. So if you are one of our students who is not yet 13, find your way under a talit. And you folks, now this doesn't usually happen, you folks get to share the aliyah. Ready? So if you don't know it exactly, we'll all help you. So it starts off right over here, okay? We're going to do that part, and then you're going to repeat it. So it goes like this. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Now the congregation. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. We repeat that. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech. Wow. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai noten ha'Torah. You guys rock.
Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'haaretz hayta tohu vavohu v'choshech al pnei tehom ve'ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehi or vayehi or. Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov, vayavdel Elohim bein haor uvein hachoshech, vayikra Elohim laor yom v'lachoshech kara layla, vayhi erev vayhi voker yom echad. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was unformed and void, and darkness was on the surface of the deep, and the wind, or the Spirit of God, hovered on the surface of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God separated the light. And God separated the light from the darkness, and God called the darkness day, and God called the darkness night. And there was evening and there was morning, the first day. Sometimes
Now in Spanish.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. There's more. Oh,
We've been it's too exciting. It's too exciting. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzvam. Vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa. Vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto ki vo shavat mikom lachto asher bara Elohim la'asot ele toldot hashamayim va'aretz behibaram beyom asa Adonai Elohim Eretz v'shamayim v'chol siach hasadeh terem yeh va'aretz v'chol esav hasadeh terem yitzmach lo himtir Adonai. Is that right? Elohim tir Adonai Elohim al haaretz v'adayim v'adam ayin la'avod et ha'adama ve'ed ya'aleh min haaretz v'hakishka et kol penei ha'adama v'yitzer Adonai Elohim et ha'adam afar min ha'adama vayipach ba'apav nishmat kol chayim vayihi ha'adam lenefesh chaya.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Yasher Koach. So everybody get under a talit. We have all of our students. We're going to do the closing blessing. It's going to be right over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Ready? Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chaye olam nata betochinu. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah. To all of you, our students, our learners, our inspirations, Yasher Koach to you. May you all go and grow from strength to strength. Amen. So, a couple of things that are going to happen next. We are going to roll up the Torah. It'll take us a couple of minutes before we conclude our service. But there's a couple of things that we've had some questions here. First of all, the Torah is written all by hand, and it takes about a year in order to do it. And that's why when I was joking before, I wasn't joking. They're expensive because it's all done by hand, and they're all done really the same way. The script might be different from different countries and places where people are coming from. People that write it today, it's mostly the same, but it's a little bit different if you find a Torah from Germany and another one from Yemen. The script is going to be a little bit different. The other thing is, they wanted to dance the Macarena, and the answer is no. The third thing is, the third thing is, oh, they know. Third thing is, what happens if something damages the Torah? Well, there's a teaching that I like to share. Every letter represents somebody in our Jewish community. If one letter is scratched or if it flakes off, not exactly. Let's not get so dark. If one isn't full, right, isn't complete, then we have to rewrite the letter. In other words, we restore its integrity. We help make it whole again. So the way I like to think of it, it's not that we die, but that we get to help somebody else feel whole again. That's the important thing about each letter of the Torah. So if you're a letter of the Torah, and if something is hurting or breaking you, then we try and help you get to be whole again. And so just like the Torah itself, if one letter is missing or broken, we rewrite the letter. Okay? Okay. What? The little Torah that we have, it actually doesn't belong to the synagogue. It's held in the synagogue. It belongs to a family in the congregation who brought it out of Germany. So that little Torah with the colorful mantle, it's another Holocaust survivor. That's our survivor Torah. But it's a good thing to have a Torah in an Aron HaKodesh, in an ark, rather than in a box. And so the family has left it here for years and years. Okay, good. Let's roll up our Torah. We need some rolling music.
Okay, I'll give you the intro.
of life to them that hold fast to it, and all its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim vetomhecha me'oshan. Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim tomhecha me'oshan. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Well, friends, that is our Simchat Torah extravaganza. We are going to conclude our service with two prayers. One is Aleinu, and one is going to be Kaddish. So, if you are able, we'll continue standing on page 586. We'll do the first, thank you. We'll do the first paragraph, and then we'll turn 2 pages, and we'll do the V'ne'emar.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Page 598 are words of Kaddish. This is not just Simchat Torah, but also our Shabbat experience. And each Shabbat, we think of loved ones whom we've lost at this time in years past, and also those recent deaths. And so we take a time to remember and to honor, because Kaddish isn't about death, and it's not about dying. It is about really coming together and praising God's name, and we have a tradition of saying it for those who can't do it themselves. That's how we keep memory alive, and that's how we keep our loved ones close to us. If you are observing a yahrzeit, the anniversary of one's death, or if you're in a period of mourning, and if you would like to, we can go around, and when my eyes meet yours, you can share the names of the ones whom you are remembering. To those names, we add these. In those first 30 days, we remember Elaine Simon, one of our congregants, the wife of Peter Simon, Another member of our congregation and one of our founders, Don Margolis, the father of Gary Margolis. Patty Colton, the cousin of Cantor Avery. Alan Sarko, the father of Dan Sarko. Brian Zabel, the son of Barbara and Jack Zabel. John Francis Culkin, the father of Willie Culkin. Peter Freiberger, the father of Steve Freiberger. Burton Hudson, the father of Alice Gansfield. Those yard sites that we recall for this week that is past. Alan Abrams, Lee Anthony, Marie Antonello, Sylvia Beaudoin, Morris Cohen, Catherine Dunn, Harry Freund, Milton Ginsberg, Eleanor Glassman, Sue Golden, Philip Goldhammer, Minnie Goldman, Alan Ira Goldsmith, Howard Harris, Elliot Immerman, Laura Jones, Sylvia Kletsky, Solomon Lurer, Dolores Jarogowski-Lekalsi, Barry Morton Lichtenstein, James Oligschlager, Robert Rosenberg, Evelyn Rosner, Minnie Shainman, Rose Schwartz, Robert Stein, Natalie Stein, Arthur Tarley, and Myron Tarnoff. Kaddish is on 598. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach Yiruteh, Ve'amlich malchuteh, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agala, V'izman karev, V'meru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam, V'amei almaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitrumam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitarleh, V'yitalal, Shemei D'Kodisha, B'reichu, Le'ela, V'nkol B'rachata, V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Da'amiran Be'oma, V'meru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, V'meru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'meru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and all who hurt. Here and everywhere, we say together, Amen. We have a closing prayer. The words are on 492 if you'd like to follow along. It's the same Oseh Shalom, but it has the whole text, including the little part we add in. We want to thank our friends who have been helping us dance and celebrate and roll and open our Torah scrolls. So thank you, friends, very, very much. You've been around with us a few years.
Ben and Miriam of the Klez Dispensers.
The Klez Dispensers. Best name ever.
Yes. And thank you all. So let's sing out with Oseh Shalom, wishing you the peace in Simchat Torah and this Shabbat. And you can sit if you want. You can also stand and dance maybe if you want. Oseh Shalom imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.